Good evening everybody and welcome back to episode 196 of Enter Crypto, where twice a day I keep you informed and fully up to date on all things crypto. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then go ahead and like, subscribe and click on the notifications bell to receive any future updates. As I always say, everything that I put out on this channel is news based and so time sensitive, so make sure you don't miss anything at all. I put out a new video every 12 hours. So today we're going to be talking about the BBC's coverage of Kwon. This is from their tech section and it's titled "Fugitive Cryptocrash Boss Arrested in Montenegro." So for anyone who doesn't know Kwon or is not familiar with him, he's basically on the run now. Well, not now actually, he's been arrested, but he was on the run for a good few months. He's South Korean, I believe. And he created the Luna token and the Luna ecosystem, which a few months ago crashed really badly. A huge amount of people lost loads of money. And so it looks like he went to Montenegro. There were reports that he was in Serbia as well. He's been using fake documentation, like fake passports, fake driving license and stuff like that. So he's been living a real fugitive lifestyle, like something out of a movie. So let's read the article as always, and we'll comment after. South Korea police say that Kwon, the fugitive cryptocurrency boss behind the $40 billion, £32.5 billion collapse of the Terra, USD and Luna tokens, has been arrested in Montenegro. He has since been charged with fraud by prosecutors in the US. That's kind of a new revelation. He was wanted by the South Korean authorities before that. He's only just been charged by the New York district, I believe, for fraud, and that was quite recently. That was only in the last couple of days. So earlier this year, US regulators accused Mr. Kwon and his company Terraform Labs of orchestrating a multi-billion-dollar crypto asset securities fraud. The firm did not immediately respond to a BBC request for comment. South Korean authorities issued an arrest warrant for Mr. Kwon last September as they believe Terraform Labs had violated capital market rules. They had thought that he was in Serbia and even sent officials to Belgrade to negotiate, since the two nations do not have an extradition treaty. And I think that's why he went there. Actually, in the first place, I think that's why Kwon went there, because he knew that they didn't have an extradition treaty in place, and so it would be very difficult to arrest. Well, not just arrest him, but even to arrest him. But even if they could arrest him, they couldn't get him back to South Korea to be charged and subsequently convicted, because there's no treaty. Mr. Kwon has previously denied he was in hiding, but never revealed his location. Yeah, that's another thing. This guy was always on Twitter tweeting about certain things, saying, "I'm not on the run," but it would never, people would follow up on his tweets and say, "Well, where are you then? Like, which country are you in?" And he would never say, so he was kind of just pretending to not be on the run, but in reality he was. News of his arrest was first shared by Montenegro's Interior Minister, Filip Adzic, who said on Twitter that one of the world's most wanted fugitives had been detained at Podgorica's airport. Mr. Adzic added that the suspect was allegedly travelling under a false name with fake documents. Authorities were waiting for official confirmation of the man's identity, he said. On Friday, South Korea police confirmed that the suspect in Montenegro was Mr. Kwon after his fingerprints matched official records. Mr. Kwon has separately been charged with fraud by US prosecutors. He faces charges of securities fraud, wire fraud, commodities fraud, and conspiracy. According to an indictment made public at the US District Court in Manhattan on Thursday, a lawyer for Mr. Kwon did not immediately respond to BBC requests for comment. So, as always, even though this is the only guy that got arrested, because one of his charges is conspiracy, there is obviously going to be other parties to this. So for a conspiracy, you obviously need to conspire, which means there needs to be another party that he's been conspiring with, and they're most likely going to get charged with conspiracy as well, if they find them and if they can identify them. So not sure who that is, but expect more to this. I imagine over the next few days there'll be more people getting charged that are in connection with this guy. Montenegro does not have extradition treaties with the US or South Korea. In February, US financial regulators said Mr. Kwon and Singapore-based Terraform Labs failed to provide the public with full, fair and truthful disclosure as requested for a host of crypto asset securities, most notably for Luna and Terra USD. They allegedly repeatedly claimed that the tokens would increase in value and misled investors about the stability of Terra USD. Now, I remember when this guy was tweeting that everything was going to be fine, everyone should buy the tokens, and you could look on chain that he was actively selling into this hype. So as he was tweeting everybody, you need to buy it and trying to get the price to go up, he was actively selling. So, which is obviously fraudulent. However, the value of the token and its linked Luna cryptocurrency plunged to close to zero last May. It triggered a sell-off in major cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, ETH and Tether. As a result, the term Cryptocrash trended online. "I'm heartbroken about the pain my invention has brought on all of you," Mr. Kwon said at the time. Globally, investors in Terra USD and Luna lost an estimated $42 billion, according to blockchain analytics firm Elliptic. So that's even more than SBF. I mean, SBF lost, they reckon, about $8 billion. So this is $42 billion. It's a crazy amount. It's a huge amount of money. I don't know what's going to happen with him now, because obviously they don't have a treaty in place with Montenegro, neither South Korea nor the US. But I'm guessing that because he is such a high value sort of individual, and he's on the most wanted list for South Korea, Interpol have been looking for him. Like, everyone's been after this guy, and I believe he was caught at the airport, although it doesn't say in this article that he was on his way to Dubai. So when they arrested him at this airport, he was apparently booked under a false name to go to Dubai. Dubai, of course, doesn't have, again, any extradition treaties with the US or South Korea. It doesn't have any extradition treaties with anybody, actually, Dubai, so it's quite a hot spot for people to run to when they've been accused of something, either rightly or wrongly. And so that's where I think he must have felt safe, where he was going to be. But he's now being caught. So good news, because this is a huge scammer. Loads of normal people, loads of normies lost loads of money because of this guy's just not being honest and lying and being fraudulent in general over many things. I mean, just look at what he's been charged with and you'll see that it's not just one charge of sort of being irresponsible with a company or something like that. He's committed almost every crime that you can associate with fraud, including conspiracy. So he's been fraudulent, conspiring with other people to defraud other victims. So I'm sure there will be more to this, and I'll keep you all updated. So, but in the meantime, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Remember, everybody, to please subscribe to the channel, join my team, and I'll keep you updated on all things crypto every 12 hours. Don't forget to smash the like button if you feel you got value from this video, and I'll see you all in 12 hours time.